My name is Derek, and when you buy a Rumball 50/50 raffle ticket, you're helping us do this. All right, good evening, everybody. Does everyone get some kind of attention here? Just a real quick announcement about how the night's going to go. Thank you for coming to our evening event. Hey, if the staff over there can hear me talking, can you at least tell our people to pay attention this way? The fellow on the microphone, the one who gives you your paycheck, that guy. Yeah, that's the one. All right. Well, thank you for coming. We're going to start to serve, and it's the people at the tables are going to serve you your little finger foods, whatever. I encourage you to take a look at the silent auction table and the penny auction table, and we're going to be reminding you about that all night. But now is the time where you can really politely and carefully go up and get your food and return to your tables. We are going to start. We're going to start at 6:50. 50. And that's the time that we're aiming for, okay? So go get some food, enjoy the fellowship, go look at our silent auction table, and we'll start very quickly. All right.
Hello, it's Derek. My parents believe that every kid should come to camp. Well, I believe that every kid should come to camp and learn how to water ski. When you buy a 50/50 ticket, you're helping us do that. Now, if I can do it, you come to camp and learn to water ski too. When you buy a Rumball 50/50 ticket, you help us do this for other kids. My name is Derek. And when you buy a Rumball 50/50 raffle ticket, you're helping us do this.
Attention. We are very honored to have our MP, Rob Oliphant, who is a Liberal candidate and has been our riding person for a long time, 2007 to 11, and then 15 to present time. And now he knows the election is coming. He's a very good friend of the Rumball family. And he's a very good friend of Bob Rumball back in the day. They knew each other for many, many years. And so I would like to have him come up and say a few words. Rob, please.
Thank you very much. It is really my pleasure to be here again at the Bob Rumball Center with this community. Every time I'm here, I promise that I should learn ASL, sign language. I only know how to say,
Please vote for me.
Isn't that sad? This is a center that I'm extremely proud is in Don Valley West, and I know there are plans to move. I know there are plans to create more housing, and I will be supportive every step of the way to provide more housing that is fully designed for people with all disabilities. I want housing for everyone, including people who are deaf and hard of hearing, to make sure that you have a safe place to live, a community that you can belong to, a community that you do not need to explain yourself to every day, and a place that you can call home, while also you're going to work and to play and to have fun. And I talk about that because housing is the first need, but after that is also work, entertainment, and pleasure. We need all of those things in our lives, and I recognize that the challenges that you have for finding work, the challenges you have with transportation, the challenges that you have to contribute fully need to be met every day. Our society needs deaf people and people who are hard of hearing to have the opportunity to contribute. And I say that again. I'm not saying you need to contribute, you do. Canada needs you and your gifts and your abilities to make a better country. Canada needs you. So thank you, because that is very important. What I try to do in the disability community is turn it upside down. It's not what we can do to help you, it's how we can help you to help us, the whole country. Canada needs every single person, and I would say, with Donald Trump, I'd like to know how that's signed. With Donald Trump, the MAGA hat, oh, the hair, oh, the hair. With Donald Trump as the President of the United States, Canada has huge challenges. So more than ever, we need a government in Ottawa that can stand up to Donald Trump. I know many of you will be New Democrats or Conservatives or Liberals. That is your choice. I happen to be a Liberal. I'm biased. We're biased. I have to believe that we have the best platform to offer all Canadians. You'll make your own decision. But in the end, Canada is better if you vote. And Canada is a richer country the more every person, regardless of how their abilities are different from others, make a difference in this country. So, thank you to the Bob Rumball Center, to the whole team. I met the board chair out in the side, the team, the staff that I've worked with. Thank you to the volunteers. Thank you to the residents. Thank you to everybody who's raising money tonight. It is a privilege to be here. I'm not going to stay long because I'm going to go out and knock on doors so that I can say to everyone,
Thank you, Rob, for coming here and your short presentation. We are so appreciative of your friendship, your longstanding friendship, and I know that we've had several conversations about the needs, and so it's just awesome that you're here, and I really appreciate the effort that you made tonight. Thank you.
did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. I still have one.
Hello, it's Derek. My parents believe that every kid should come to camp. Well, I believe that every kid should come to camp and learn how to water ski. When you buy a 50-50 ticket, you're helping us do that. Now, if I can do it, you come to camp and learn to water ski too. When you buy a Rumball 50-50 ticket, you help us do this for other kids.
Let him know that that's his home.
Good evening, everyone. Just get your attention here. How's everybody doing? That's good food. There's still going to be more food brought up. We're going to start closing the food table at 7 o'clock. So I would suggest that you go up and get the last of it. And then we're going to begin our evening program right at 7. Also, that there are lots of tickets to be sold for the penny auction. So I'd go back there and do that. And again, on the auction items that are there, you're allowed to push the prices up. So for the people that really want them, they put it further a higher price on for us. So once again, food tables at 7 o'clock. So it's like 10 minutes, 12 minutes. And tickets are still for sale for the penny auction. And then we'll begin very, very soon. All right. So go get your last of your food and we're going to begin real soon. And if you're comfortable at your table, that's great. But in order to see what's happening here this evening, I would fill up these seats. You don't need to sit in the 500 section. You can sit in the front row.
You're helping us. Hello, Miss Garrett. My parents believe that every kid should come to camp. Well, I believe that every kid should come to camp and learn how to water ski. When you buy a 50-50 ticket, you're helping us do that. Now, if I can do it, you come to camp and learn to water ski. When you buy a Rumball 50-50 ticket, you help us do this for other kids. My name is Derek. Yeah. My name is Derek. And when you buy a Rumble 50/50 raffle ticket, you're helping us do this.
That we have opened a facility in Sudbury, Ontario, and part of the mandate that we have up there is to bring our services to the deaf community. That includes our Indigenous deaf in the north, our LSQ, our ASL deaf, and of course our Indigenous friends. So I'm going to draw your attention to the screen, and we're going to do a land acknowledgement from our one of our committee members who is from Timmins, Ontario.
We acknowledge that BRCCED is on the traditional lands of the Huron-Wendat and the Seneca and the Haudenosaunee, and most recently, the Mississaugas of the Credit River. Do you know the butterfly is a symbol of change, of renewal, of reflection, of relationships between the Indigenous people and the land. It guides us in our Indigenous culture. That's what the butterfly can do because it can see. And it is a visual representation of the ongoing journey of reconciliation and understanding.
Stick to the agenda. I'm going to introduce you to Jane Huey. Many of you know that she is president of the board of the Bob Rumball Canadian Center of Excellence for the Deaf, and she's just going to bring us a few words.
You good?
I'm just gonna, can you take this for a second?
Well, hello, and I'm sorry I'm sitting so low, but it is nice to see all of you here. Okay, I'll back up. Is that better? All right, I'm better positioned. I see a few chairs that are absent, but you know what? All the right people are here, right? It's important that you're here, and I want to just thank you for coming out tonight. I really, really appreciate it. You know, we appreciate your support so much. We have good programs here. You know, we have seniors programs, we have special needs programs. We have so many people here. And it's just heartwarming. It overfills my heart. You know, we have the volunteers that come and help. It's just so wonderful to see.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming. It's much more fun to sign. This is so boring. But anyway, that's okay. Not all of you can sign. Thank you very much for coming. This is a fundraiser for the center and for the services that are provided, because government does not provide all the services that we need. So we want to thank the folks from Silver Fox? Yeah. From Silver Fox, just wave. They're helping to sponsor the event. And thank you all so much for coming. It's very, very important. Yes, it is. Thank you.
So I am going to introduce to you a good friend of ours, Josh Cole, who is from Silver Fox Pharmacy. And without his help and without his support, we would hit financial difficulties in providing you with this evening of entertainment and good time and food, fellowship, and fun. So I introduce my friend Josh. Thank you, Derek. Good evening. I'm Josh, and I'm here with my colleague Garish, and we are with Silver Fox Resident Care Pharmacy and Silver Linings. I just want to mention that because we are honored to be partners with the organization, with Bob Rumball, and as I was walking in, I mentioned to Bonnie, it's been almost 20 years, so it's been a long time. We're thrilled to have been part of it, and you know, the organization provides service and touches the lives of so many people, and we've been able to create programs and provide services together, and that's something which we truly enjoy being a part of, and we know that it's making a difference together, and we look forward to working together for many years to come. It sounds like there's some exciting developments, and we're excited to be a part of that and grow together. So thank you for having us, and have a great evening.
Are we good? Are we good? All right. Do you know what is tonight? We're here to celebrate volunteers. And so often we wonder, what does the word volunteer mean? So there's a few things. Do you know most organizations like ours, like the Rumball organization, really, really need volunteers because that's the lifeblood of our organization. I looked at some of the statistics in Canada. You know that in 2018, 79% of people volunteered, but now only 65% of people volunteer. And in 2018, how many hours across Canada did we have in terms of volunteerism? 2.5 billion hours of service, equivalent to 25 million jobs, full-time jobs. And many people volunteer at hospitals, at religious organizations, sports and arts, including us, the Rumball organization. And economic contributions total about, in 2018, $55 billion in volunteer contributions in terms of their hours. And what's the benefit of volunteering? Well, the increase of physical health, more positive mental health, enhanced experience, because so often people don't have work experience, but volunteering gives you that ability to write your resume better. And building community, the deaf community, right? We are a community, are we not? And so coming here and volunteering and working collegially is a good way to volunteer. And enhancing the understanding of the organization, what it's about and what the needs are. And what's really important is that self-concept, that you are a contributor to the organization, that you can help a hospital or help that sports team. And why people volunteer? Well, they're contributing to their community. And you see, people that contribute tonight, right? We're going to be recognizing them. An example of the organization, you're volunteering, and that influences you and affects you, and you get a better understanding of what your values are and if they align. And enhance experience and your work skills. And I just want you to turn your attention to this video here. I want you to talk about my mom. I can't go back in history too much, but I'll shorten it up. My mother volunteered at camp very often. She was on kitchen duty. She supported, she cooked for the campers who were there. And it was all volunteer work. There wasn't any pay. And people who volunteer at camp and support camp at that time back then really contributed. And my mother was a very strong believer that you needed to be a volunteer. It was a very important contribution. And in the deaf community back then, people volunteered all the time. Even today, we still have volunteers. Look, yeah, there she is. 91 years of age. There she is, 91 years of age. And my brother, Dean, my older brother, he brought my mom to camp because the Deaf Men's Fellowship was happening that weekend. It's, they come and they help camp out. We'll talk about that a little bit later when we honor them. My mom or my dad or my brother said to my mom, just sit down and relax, just enjoy. And my mother she was very stern about it. And she said, I must do something. And I thought, whoa, I can't just sit here because I'm 91 years of age. No. So my brother was taken aback and said, okay then. And then my mother helped fold, what was she helping to fold? Oh, the basketball shirts, right. She would fold them all. At the age of 91, her belief was very strong. You had to volunteer. It was an important contribution. For example, my wife and I, we spent 12 years volunteering and encouraging the youth group. And many of our family members, still do that to this day. We have a very strong sense of value in volunteering. And so my encouragement to you when you see the two groups that we're recognizing tonight, I want you to volunteer. It can be very small. It doesn't have to be anything particularly large. And age doesn't matter. There's no restriction. So I just want to celebrate those that volunteer, and my hands are up to them. And tonight especially, we're going to recognize two. Okay? Thank you so much. All right. The yellow tickets. Get your yellow tickets out. Yellow. Okay, it's for one of the three packages we have up here. I'm going to be very slow so you have time to look at your numbers. 0, 0, 7, 3, 1, 0. Oh, woo! Yay! No. Well, thank you. Yes. All right, the next number. 0, 0, 7, 3, 5, 0. Okay, we'll repeat the numbers again. 0, 0, 7, 3, 5, 0. We have a winner. Yay! And the last one, 0, 0, 7, 2, 9, 6. We have a winner. Bye. All right, we have our winners. Thank you to all who supported that. And next. Thanks, Eric. Do you remember we had Rob Oliphant here earlier? He is an MP at the federal level. We also asked our minister, government, by the name of Minister Parsa. And his group, government has different sections and different groups, right? So he's responsible for MCCSS. And that means M is for ministry, for children, community. No. Yeah, community. Yes. Social services. So that is one of our largest funders, that ministry is. And so he has a few words that he would like to share. Just if you could take your attention up to the screen.
Hi, everyone. It's so great to be able to join you virtually for this year's celebration of excellence and this Spirit of Rumball Awards. First off, a huge thanks to Jane Hoon, Monty Hardy, and everyone at the Bob Rumball Canadian Centre of Excellence for the Deaf. The work you do to make sure accessibility, independence, and inclusion are front and center in Ontario is nothing short of amazing. Our government believes in the same vision, a province where everyone has the opportunity to succeed and thrive, which is why we're committing $310 million to support organizations like yours, because we know the important work that you do and we want to continue to support you. And in addition, we're investing $3.5 billion annually to support people with developmental disabilities. And we want to make sure those supports are flexible, personalized, and meet everyone's unique needs. These investments reflect what we all believe in, a future where every single person is supported. So on behalf of Premier Ford and our entire government, thank you so much for everything you do. Now, before I wrap up, I also want to say a huge thanks and congratulations to all the award winners. Thank you all for having me, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Good. Yes. Now, he's the provincial government of Ontario minister. And so I just want to say thank you.
Thanks, Monty. I'm excited because Monty will be replacing me, so calm down. The party's not for another 15 years, so hang in there. We're here tonight to celebrate the act of volunteering. Now, in our world, in our deaf community, sometimes we identify ourselves with a sign name. And we know who that person is by what their sign name is. In our world, we have a great volunteer base at camp, and one of those people is my friend Ken. And when I say that word Ken to so many people, they kind of go, which guy is that? Which one's Ken? No shirt, no shoes. Oh, I got it. I know who we're talking about. And so we're very grateful that we're able to honor him tonight. And I'm going to ask one of our friends from camp. His name's Dario, who is our friend Jamie Brown's favorite person on the entire planet, to say a few things about Ken. And then we're going to have a video about Ken. And Daryl's going to explain why we love Ken so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. When Derek asked me to introduce Ken for this award, I'm very honored. And got to be closer. Can you guys hear me? Come on, that was funny. Yeah, when Derek asked me to introduce Ken for this award, I can't think of anybody more fitting to receive an award based solely on volunteering. I've known Ken my whole life, and I've been lucky enough to see how hard he works up at camp. And it doesn't matter what time of day or night, he's coming, he's showing up for you, and he's getting work done for this organization, for camp, and for us individually, really. So I really think the Spirit of Rumball Award winner this year is Ken Gracie, and he really, truly embodies what it means to be a good volunteer in our community. So can you guys please look at the screen for me? Ken, can you come up here, please? We don't recognize you. I'm gonna hop down.
Now, if you really want to see a grown man be really uncomfortable,
Hey, honey.
we love Ken, and Ken, this is one of the trees that he's not paying attention. Kevin and the guys, we cut down at camp, we milled it, and we turned it into this token of our appreciation for you. And this is also to remember.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That's camp in a bottle right there. So thanks, Ken. If you want to say any words, you don't have to, but
Oh, I do.
okay,
Stay here.
I'm right there.
First of all, I want to thank Derek Rumball, the board, members who are here tonight. Silver Fox, thank you for helping. And especially all the people who turned out for the great food. Thank you very much. And especially past campers who came, some of them up to 2.5 hours driving to get here. Certainly, I want to pick out my buddy who puts up with me helping at camp, Fred. Come on, Fred, stand up. No? Okay.
Nice try.
But some of the past campers, Mason, come on, Mason, stand up with your 2 beautiful kids and your wife now. Mason used to be a camper, and then he came and helped as an instructor. Great man, worked hard with the kids, showed much more patience with the kids at 10 o'clock at night than I could. Lino, who I've known for a very long time, who's already standing up, ready to take a bow. Certainly my wife for putting up with me and letting me come for 4 weeks. And when Derek had the bright idea of having ATV camp too, 6 weeks at camp, I got to help. Bruce, Ryan, who also volunteers at night too. And then 2 of the kids, Nick and certainly Dario, who spent a lot of time, hours putting up with me, grumping to volunteer. But thank you, Derek. Thank you very much for the award. And yes, I do appreciate it. Thank you.
There's a whole raft of volunteers involved with what we do. Someone took my notes. Someone's got my notes. That'll do. There's a great Old Testament Bible story, and it's all summarized by many hands make light work. And that is kind of the camaraderie of what the Deaf Men's Fellowship is, and for the benefit of the camp, and the number of countless hours they have volunteered in making camp a better place, but also the province a better place, because these are men of faith, these are men of dedication, courage, and loyal. They're loyal to each other, but also to the cause of ministry to the deaf in Ontario. I'm just going to show you a really quick video. It'll kind of summarize for you, and then I'm going to ask one of their leaders, Mario Pizzicali, who's here, to accept an award on their behalf.
Okay, volunteering is really important because it makes at Deaf Camp, you know, OMD, OCD, it makes you really happy when you volunteer. And it's important to encourage one another. It's like having a brother to support you, a brother in your life to help through all the difficult times in your life. Yeah, we come to help deaf people to grow. We come for fellowship and encourage people to become more friendly. Why is it important to volunteer? Well, I grew up having a model of my parents in the community. We saw that every single day. And volunteering is the lifeblood of nonprofit organizations. You know, it connects you to community organizations, church. And it's just wonderful to see how those can become stronger because people are willing to give up their time, their energy, and really, when you come together and you work together, it feels like family. That interaction, the way we can have conversations and share with one another, at the same time serving and doing something, and it's a value. And volunteering isn't about me as a person, it's about the others in the community and giving back to them. And that's true. Fellowship means that we're all working together. Yeah, we all come from different walks in life, different characters, different backgrounds, different countries, but we all come together as one world. It's just one world, it's one God, and we're all together and we're praising Him. And camp is Deaf Camp. It's your camp, and it needs support, and it needs encouragement. And it's all for your benefit. You come here, and you know what's going on here, and you can help. You can help make the improvements. You can help by cleaning, doing the remediation for the next generation of deaf people that can continue to use this wonderful place. And that's why we call it the Deaf Men's Fellowship. That's the key. Men gathering together, and it makes it good. Our Deaf Men's Fellowship, known as DMF. We bring men that support Jesus Christ and we encourage them to be stronger in their faith and they follow Jesus. That's the most important thing, that we follow Him. Well, family, it's where we get together and we encourage one another, others, to be stronger. Spiritual leaders, just strong family leaders, strong community leaders. And it really comes back to the importance of men gathering together quite often, especially, you know, and it's a time to grow together, become stronger together. DMF, Deaf Men's Fellowship. many years ago, our church tried to get one going, and it was really hard to get deaf people together. But finally, after going to deaf churches individually, we got them all recruited to come together. And what's the role of man? Well, the role is to support the living God, right? And we see the difference. The world is different. So we wanted to bring the deaf men together so they could understand sign language amongst each other. And so working together with God's blessing, God led the way. He's the one that can solve all of the problems. It's his greatest love. He's the one that we need.
It's with the greatest amount of pride and pleasure and honor and respect for us from the Bob Rumball Foundation for the Deaf to honor the Deaf Men's Fellowship during this week of volunteering, but also our Rumball Award of Excellence. And it's with the greatest honor that I'm going to ask Mario Pascala to come up and accept this plaque that will hang at camp, made from a tree that grew and accidentally died at camp and milled by the kids at camp and planed and sanded by the kids at camp. So I'm going to ask Mario to come on up and accept this, as well as, Mario, if you want to come up. And in addition to,
We need Oral to come on up here.
we had a donor who wanted to give a gift specifically to a project for the Deaf Men's Fellowship in the amount of $10,000. $1,000. Oh, that was a slip. And that's to be used for a project that you have in mind, even if it isn't at camp, but it should be at camp. But if you choose to maybe use it somewhere else other than camp, and you would feel really guilty if you didn't spend it at camp, but it's up to you and your committee to spend that $1,000 wherever you want to in the further of the kingdom and expanding the good work and the ministry that the DMF has done. So I'm going to ask Mario to say a few words of thanks. So Mario, few words of thanks. There's no skit. There's no singing.
I won't. Thank you. Thank you on behalf of DMF. Our committee feels honored, quite honored. You know, it's like rowing the boat. Like we're all together in sync, and we need more people to help row the boat, right? Because the more that's there to help row the boat, the farther we go. And I believe in working together, and camp is for you. And so thank you. I feel honored. We are still excited. We always look forward on an annual basis, and sometimes we go again. And we're just really happy when we get to camp, and we're just happy to be there and fellowship with one another and build and have fun. And it's a great weekend. It's always too short. We wish it could last longer, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday just goes really quickly. And then now we go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we've been going many more times now. So I want you to know that this camp is for you. The Rumball camp, Janine, your staff, Derek, your staff, work hard at camp. And we need you to come, volunteer, and we look forward to that. You know, because some of us are getting older, and we need leadership, like Paula Hardy and Jim Hardy and the others. We looked up to them. And they're no longer with us. So we need the next generation to come in and help volunteer. You will feel blessed. You should feel blessed that you have this camp. It came from God. And this is the Rumball way. So let's spread the word and let's grow our volunteer group and just keep supporting one another. Thank you so much. And see, I am cutting my comments short.
You can't cache this. You can't. But when you need it, it will be there. So we're going to take a very, very short break. There's dessert. There's dessert and stuff back there, the drinks. It's going to be a short break. We're going to get set up. Our keynote speaker, some of you will recognize, but we'll introduce you. Her name's Taya Roxborough, and I can promise you this is going to be an eye-opener and a life changer. So we'll take a quick break. Washrooms are out in the hallway, down the hallway, upstairs. Grab some dessert, and then I really would encourage you to make your way back to the seats because we're going to be 5, maybe 7 minutes. Okay? Thank you.
Ticket, you're helping us do that. Now, if I can do it, you come to camp, learn to water ski. When you buy a Rumball 50/50 ticket, you help us do this for other kids. It's Derek. My parents believe that every kid should come to camp. Well, I believe that every kid should come to camp and learn how to water ski. When you buy a 50/50 ticket, you're helping us do that. Now, if I can do it, you come to camp and learn to water ski too. When you buy a Rumball 50/50 ticket, you help us do this for other kids. Hello, it's Derek. My parents believe that every kid should come to camp. Well, I believe that every kid should come to camp and learn how to water ski. When you buy a 50/50 ticket, you're helping us do that. Now, if I can do it, you come to camp and learn to water ski too.